Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It's the new film from Gareth Edwards. Is it worth your time? Let's find out. Hello everybody, welcome to the Captain Whitey Show, the show where I do the very difficult task of telling you where there are movies with the time on and sort of spot in your movie collection. As always, I am Ash, and today we're going to be talking about Rogue One, a Star Wars story, so let's just get... Well, actually, that one, not yet. That one's better, yeah! So Rogue One, a Star Wars story is the first of a few Star Wars spin-offs that Disney has planned for us, and this one takes place right in between Revenge of the Sith and right before A New Hope. It's right in there where we follow a group of ragtag rebels who are going up against all odds to steal the plans for the first Death Star. Also, you know, Luke Skywalker can show up in the next movie and be a cool guy and blow it up. And there's been a lot of hype surrounding Rogue One in the past week. I mean, that world premiere happened and Twitter exploded with all these people like, oh, it's so good, it's so amazing. I saw one tweet in particular that said, Rogue One, oh my god, Rogue One, it is Empire Strikes Back level of goods. And I'm like, that's not too much pressure on me. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is only the best movie of all time. So yeah, let's see if it's Empire Strikes Back good. So did it live up to all that hype? Kind of. Rogue One is a movie that I'm honestly kind of mixed on. I mean, more good than bad. It's a movie that I had a great time with. It's also a movie with enough flaws to make me say, yeah, that's nowhere near Empire, so let's talk about it. Like, I'll start with the good, because there is a whole lot of good here. Specifically coming from the group of characters they introduce, because I love the team we have here. I mean, they introduce a true Suicide Squad of badass characters with fighting spirit. The absolute standouts for me being, for one, Felicity Jones as Jyn Erso, who, for one, I'm in love with Felicity Jones and I want to marry her and all that stuff. For two, she fit perfectly into the Star Wars universe, and for three, her character was so badass and awesome it really justified me naming one of my Pokemon after her, so yay. The other standouts for me being, for one, Donnie Yen, who plays blind guy with stick, whose name I'm not ready to pronounce, who whenever he showed up, he brought the most awesome action to the movie, and he's just walking around, he was just an absolute delight to watch. But I think the best character, and the one that we're all gonna walk away from just like, yeah, I'm buying his action figure, is K2SO. Yeah, that Alan Tudyk droid. Yeah, I'll just say, imagine C-3PO if he was tall, a straight up dick, and was also deadly, and you have this thing. And all of that really leads into what my favorite thing about this movie was, which was just how different it is from every other Star Wars film we've seen. I mean, every other film in this series puts such a reliance on the dark side and the light side of the Force. It's just like, it's all focused on that. Whereas this movie takes more of a, hey, let's look at like the little gray area in between there. We're gonna give you some flawed anti-heroes, give them some big obstacles to overcome, and by the end of it, it leads to a much grittier Star Wars film. And as well as that, it's really a Star Wars movie that puts a big focus on that war part in the title. I mean, by all means, this is a war movie. There are battle scenes in here that just make you go, Jesus! War is hell, but it is badass with a laser. And on top of all that, I really liked how it ties into A New Hope by the end. I feel like it's going to be something that's going to be divisive for some people, because there's such a stigma about prequels where it's just like, what's the point of them? I mean, I already know how it ends. How should I blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's not a criticism that I necessarily agree with. I'm more of a, let's see how it happened kind of guy. And for this movie, I think that worked. And by the end of it, I was just like, hey, that's going to make a very nice and complete addition to the marathon next year. When I'm marathoning all of them, I'll be able to put this one in the middle of that and the prequels, and then, it's complete. All that being said, I do still think it's a flawed film. My biggest problem with it absolutely being the pacing. I mean, this is a movie that moves at this breakneck speed. It moves way too fast for its own good, and in the process, sacrifices much needed character and plot development along the way. I mean, I mentioned how much I love the characters, as well as the story, but they could have been so much better had they grown more naturally, and I think the way this movie moves, it makes that kind of impossible. And as well as that, this is one of those movies that had badass trailers with badass moments that aren't actually in the movie. Yeah, it's one of those movies where a lot of the stuff from the trailers got cut. It made it very clear when it popped into my mind. I was like, there's a lot of stuff that's not in here from the trailers. All reshoots. It's like, It's sad to me. I always go into these movies where they're like, oh, reshoot's happening. I'm like, I hope I don't notice it, but I always notice it. It's just one of those things. I don't think it affected the film in a good way. I think it left it feeling very uneven, and it's just... Can we stop with the reshoots? Can we stop remaking the movie while we're making the movie? I mean, it fucked up Suicide Squad. It made this not as good as it should have been. Can we just leave it be? So, in the end, Rogue One, in my opinion, is far from perfect. Also, in my opinion, it's a great, fun time and a wonderful new addition to the Star Wars franchise. I don't think it lives up to any of the originals or The Force Awakens. I'd have this more on a Revenge of the Sith level. Keep in mind, I really like the Revenge of the Sith, so they're kind of just evenly matched there. They're both movies that I think are really good, that have really bad problems within them. I think it's a pretty uneven film, but it's a fun one at that. I think if the Star Wars spin-offs reflect this quality just a little bit better, I'll be excited for them. Let's see. Oh, but day one, Steelbook Blu-ray buy for this one. I mean, I have all the Star Wars movies on Steelbook, even the shitty ones. I got all of them because I marathon them once a year. I can't wait to have this one, and I'll put it right in between Revenge of the Sith and New Hope, and I'll watch them all, and I'll be like, oh my god, it's more complete! Rogue One, A Star Wars Story gets a B+ out of 10. Hey everybody, thank you so very much for watching my review for Rogue One. I want to hear what you think. Have you seen the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you going to see it? Are you going to skip it? What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comment section below because I want to hear them. And as always, guys, if you like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, be sure to follow me on all my social medias and join into the Cinephile on Facebook. But most importantly, from all of us here at the Captain Whitey Show, you stay classy, YouTube.